You're listening to the Social Selling Simplified podcast. Stick around if you too are obsessed with learning things that actually work and believe that success leaves clues. We're all about identifying results-producing roadmaps and getting super clear on how to scale and grow your online business. From part-timer to president, social selling expert Ashley Shaw will help you connect the dots and take the guesswork out of what works to grow a social selling empire. It's time to hear from social selling legends, listen in on truthful conversations, and learn the best tips and tricks to reduce the marketing overwhelm so you can build the social selling business of your dreams. If you're ready to go all in, no holding back, and build the business you've always wanted, you're in the right place. Here's your host, educator, social selling guru, and fitness industry OG, Ashley Shaw.
Welcome to Social Selling Simplified. I'm your host, Ashley Shaw, and this episode, I promise you, is going to blow your mind. I sat down with Sandy and Wade Critides, and holy smokes, guys, these two are an absolute power couple. They are lifestyle entrepreneurs with a multitude of thriving businesses, including their very own podcast, Getting Magnetic with Sandy and Wade. They're co-founders of their own investment firm, published authors of the #1 journal for network marketing professionals, and they have built a large global network marketing business, achieving the top 1% of the company with an 8-figure per year success line. Sandy and Wade love nothing more than empowering people to know that they can live the life of their dreams with vision and intentionally, and have helped thousands of people do the same through their work. So this episode is all about how Sandy and Wade achieved the top 1% in 3 years. And these two have an incredible story of how they actually met, where their moms were actually best friends. I cannot get enough of these two. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am to hear their story. Here are Sandy and Wade Critides. Hey guys, thank you so much for being on Social Selling Simplified today. I'm super excited to have Sandy and Wade here. So guys, I think that the first thing that jumped out at me is you guys being in the top 1% of your network marketing company that you're part of. So can you guys share a little bit about your story and how you've been able to accomplish this, especially when the timeline has been about 3 years that you've been with this company?
Yes. So thank you so much for having us on. Like, we are so grateful whenever we get asked to share on a platform, because we know that you have an audience that loves the type of content you're putting out there. So trusting us to come on and share means a lot. So thank you.
So grateful. We're pumped to be here.
A little bit of background. Wade and I have known each other our entire lives. Our moms were best friends and pregnant with us 32 years ago. So there's a whole amazing love story backstory. But in terms of our network marketing journey and being in business together, I started my business in August of 2018 with zero intention of really starting a business. I just wanted to get healthy. I was at a point in my life where I was so desperate for solutions. I felt constantly riddled with anxiety. I was super unhappy with the way I felt in my body, the way I looked. I was super unhappy with my work. I felt like I was just constantly trading time for money. I'd wake up on Monday morning and be like, great, here I have to go again. Sunday scaries would hit me and I'd be like, I don't know how I'm supposed to do this for the rest of my life. It was soul sucking. And I was looking for an opportunity, but I had no idea what I was looking for. And I'm a big believer that when you're seeking something, it's seeking you. And so I think having an open mind is so incredible. And the most expensive thing you can have is a closed mind. So I'm so grateful that although I had a lot of fears and hesitations and was very skeptical of network marketing, that I finally let my guard down and got my questions answered. So I actually originally started as a customer. I went through this incredible clean eating program that was guided by this company. And my wheels kind of started turning. Day 10, I was like, wait, I feel so amazing. I get why people are going crazy about this. I think I could help other people do it. But I was super scared. I'm like, why would someone follow me? I'm not a health coach. I don't have any special certifications. I'm just a normal, ordinary girl that did this to get healthy for herself, had incredible results. And now I want to help other people, but where do I start? I had no idea what I was doing, but I was very coachable. And I latched on to my upline, people that had paved the way before me. And I was like, tell me what to do and I'll do it. So I read all the books. They had a top 5 launch steps system that I followed. And I just got super into the nitty gritty of getting out of my comfort zone and really boldly putting it out there and declaring like, I'm going to build this business and I'm going to build it huge. Whether you want to come with me or whether you want to watch from the sidelines, like this party's getting started.
I had a front row seat too to Sandy starting, and I'll share a little bit about my story, but I think a few gold nuggets that I hear every time Sandy shares her story, and we do this business together. So if that's fast forward, I'll get to that part, which I think is a little unique. We're a partnership. We're a married couple doing the business together. But in the beginning, when Sandy was like interested, like, I want to do this, we took a look at it together. And what I saw, the gold nuggets in Sandy's story that she just shared was, one, she started as a customer. She became a raving fan of the product. It added value to her life. And she realized, wow, I'm already naturally sharing things. As humans, we're natural sharers. We share things we love. So step one is like developing a love, a passion for what you have to offer, the product or service. Become a product of your product. And when you truly know and feel that it adds not only value to you, but it adds value to other people, we're not selling as much as we're sharing. We're sharing a gift with the world, our business model, our product, our service. And it's like, it's not up to everyone not everyone's going to take the gift, but some people are. And that's what's important. And I think to backtrack, Sandy is someone like that I look at as more of a natural born entrepreneur and would chase passion. And like, this doesn't work for me. Like, I am going to live an amazing life and I'm not sitting at this desk. I'm not doing that job, and would go through kind of different jobs and career paths until she found what I feel is her calling and what we do now, because she's a leader and she builds community. But it took a while to get there, and it took pain to get there. And there was a lot of pain points. And what I saw with Sandy when she started was pain was driving her, pain of a life that she was like, I'm not going to sit there and just live this complacent life. Like, I want to go. And so she started with such conviction and on fire and was like, this is where I'm going. When you think about it, like in starting your business or restarting your business or deciding today, vision is everything, right? Like, this is where I'm going. Get on the train or get left at the station. And when there's that, people have kind of this fear of missing out. This like, whoa, I don't even know what exactly I'm getting into, but I like that person knows where they're going. And to backtrack, I ended up partnering with Sandy. I had a different background where I grew up in kind of the Northeast, and corporate America was what success was for me. And I looked at it like, okay, I'm going to grow up. I'm going to be a businessman. I'm going to make six figures and be successful and climb the ladder. And that's what I did. But getting to that point in my career where I'm like, is this all there is? Like, I've achieved what I set out to achieve. I'm building someone else's business, their dream, their ladder. And I had this itch for entrepreneurship. I didn't know what it would look like. I never thought it would have been in the form of network marketing. But long story short, like Sandy said, when you're seeking something, it's seeking you. And it took me 6 months of watching Sandy and supporting her. But I looked at the business model. I'm like, this is genius. And the products were amazing. We were using them. And I said yes to joining her. And we always say, besides saying yes to each other, it's been the best yes of our life, because it's changed our lives by way of changing a lot of lives around us.
Wow. You guys are, I'm sure you hear this all the time, a very special connection, just as entrepreneurs, as partners in life. Like, just a quick backstory. My husband and I work in our business together, and it takes a very special relationship to be that in sync with everything, right? Like, not only your, personal life, but then your business life. Hey, coach, if you're not getting engagement on your posts and you're not sure why, or you want to find challengers and coaches, but they're not coming to you, and you don't know what you're doing wrong, or you want the shortcut to growing your coaching business fast, but feel like there's something keeping you from gaining momentum, my ideal customer cheat sheet is designed specifically for you. I like to call it my secret weapon, and you will too. You can post pretty pictures with great captions, but if you're not talking directly to your ideal customer, you won't get what you're looking for. My ideal customer cheat sheet contains a process most coaches have never even heard of, and it will help you get crystal clear on exactly who your ideal customer is and how to talk to them. That's what makes this your new secret weapon to slowing the scroll for immediate engagement. Go check it out at ashleyshaw.ca/ICCS. That's ashleyshaw.ca/ICCS. Again, quick story. Last night the power went out. My husband loves to make kegs of beer, and he's working on this hard seltzer. We're trying to find this perfect base mix so it could be really low calorie, but taste great. And as we're kind of having a few like hard seltzers and the lights are out, candles are lit, we're talking about these high vibes and consciousness. And so what I mean by this is, as we've grown and leaned more and more into the law of abundance and seeing all the opportunity that is there, we've sort of realized that there's a wall of people that are still in our lives that just live in scarcity. I'm curious for you guys, is that something that you started to notice as you started to like break through these goals you set? You're like, holy shit, we can do anything. But you also notice like kind of what's going on around you and maybe some of the energy that is still, I guess, kind of comes with those circles you used to hang out in.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. One, I think it's so important to surround yourself with people like mentors, digital mentors, like people that you know, mentors that have set out and done things or live a life that you are seeking to achieve, like by osmosis, by being around them, the proximity, whether you're listening to them on YouTube, like a Tony Robbins, or it's your mentor in your business or someone who's been successful before you, is so vital. Because I remember one of our mentors, Rita Davenport, she said, I was sitting at a table at the start of my career and it was all these wildly successful people. And they were like, Rita, what's your vision? I heard your vision. What is your vision monetize wise this year? He didn't say this year. He didn't specify a timetable. And she was like, she's from Tennessee, humble upbringing. She was like $50,000. And he was like, that's a pretty good month. I think you could do more than that, but that's a pretty good month. And she was like, oh my gosh, in my head, I was talking about the year. He's talking about a month. And from that point forward, it raised the vision for my life. Like, why am I playing so small? Why am I thinking so small? 50,000 a year. This guy's like not even fully impressed at 50,000 a month. And she started to think that way. So I think that's huge. Jim Rohn, one of my digital mentors, I love him. He said, RIP to him, the late great Jim Rohn. He said, you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. We probably all heard it and it couldn't be more true. And what you realize is when you put yourself out there, most people want what business ownership has to offer, the freedom. But a lot of people aren't willing to just take the first step and start or put in the sweat equity. It's scary and it's different. And so being that probably 90% of people will never start a business, when you go and do that, you're stepping out. You're stepping out of line. You're stepping out of what's normal. And all of a sudden, there's going to be people in your life that are like, wait, no, I've known you. Come back, get in line. What do you think you're doing starting a business? And as they see you starting to grow and develop and flourish, it's going to reflect on them. There's going to be this reflection like, whoa, I'm not growing and flourishing like him or her. So they almost might even lash out. And you do shed some relationships. And there is that scarcity mindset. But I think there's nothing more important than protecting your vision and your belief and filling that and growing that. And so a big part of that is surrounding yourself with the people who stoke your flames. And that's a very cool thing about network marketing is you're all of a sudden in this business and community where there's dreamers, there's doers, there's movers and shakers. There's people that are like, that's your vision for your life? Heck yeah. Let's do this. Let's lock arms and do this together. And all of a sudden you blows the glass ceiling off the vision for your life. A lot of times you end up surrounding yourself with those people and you end up shedding kind of those people that are crushing your dreams or like get back in line.
Love that. What do you guys do in terms of your community to protect and grow that vision? Like what would be the key habits or takeaways that you guys have learned to really keep that alive and stoke that fire?
I love this question. So community is everything to us. Like we have built quite an incredible community. And I think the secret to that is leading with friendship. Honestly, like Wade and I don't treat a brand new consultant any different than we treat, a top performer on our team. We want everyone to feel so loved and special, regardless of where they are. We have teammates that have never sold anything, but they like come to events because they love the community and we want them to feel just as special and loved on. And I think people feel that and know that that's our genuine, like who we are. And so that's what really cultivates this culture and this community and this loyal following of people that are like, I want to be around this community. And I think also it's really huge to offer value adds that aren't necessarily connected to the business. Like every other Saturday, Wade and one of our teammates leads an outdoor HIIT workout. And it's like outdoors in the grass with an ocean view. It's beautiful. And it's free. It's a community building. Like, come on over Saturday morning. Let's have a workout together. And people come and gather and like love this and they look forward to it. Or like we lead a virtual book club every Monday morning. Like anyone's welcome. You don't have to be on our team. It could be like Doesn't matter where you live in the world, just pop on Zoom, read this book with us, and let's talk about how it connects to our life or our business. That's just like two very small examples of things that we do that we like to put out there kind of as like inclusivity, like anyone is welcome here. The world is a better place when we're all pouring into ourselves and doing the work behind the scenes. That's easy to do and easy not to do.
And I think too, to add to that, like Sandy said, culture is everything, and creating that culture, like that's what sustains, that's what lasts, that's what you're known for. That's your brand. Like hustle and grind can put you ahead, but it's not duplicatable. It's not sustainable. So creating that culture is everything. And yeah, like Sandy said, like adding the value and also a culture of recognition. Like people really just want to be seen and felt and loved and recognized. And what gets recognized gets duplicated. And you realize we're in a world of, especially like I come from the corporate culture, like you don't really get recognized. You might get like, here's a 5% raise, like pat on the shoulder once every other year. But creating a culture of recognition is huge because people just thrive off that and it energizes them. And I think that has been one of the biggest realizations for me within network marketing is in building a team, put a 10 on everyone's forehead, like Sandy said, and then recognize them for their work, what they're doing.
It's interesting because I was thinking about some of the things that I've done to surround myself with more of those people. And your answers were actually the opposite. Instead of going out and seeking that, you guys are cultivating it and bringing it into the community. That's very, very cool. I guess one of the questions I hear a lot from people wanting to take this chance on themselves and move in this direction is, how do you get your partner in on it too? Because there can be a lot of, limiting beliefs that aren't necessarily our own that come from our inner circle. So what advice would you have to somebody that may be struggling about going this direction?
I feel very fortunate that Wade is open-minded and like, we never had a struggle of him being like, this is weird or this is embarrassing. Like he never had that. Like Wade said, like he has a background in finance. He got his undergrad and master's in finance. He was a VP for a finance firm. He knows numbers. He knows that world. And so when he looked at the comp plan, he was like, this is genius. He understood it. And he was like, this is really, really, really smart. And I think a confused mind says no. And a lot of times people don't understand what network marketing is. So they're just like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. But it's like, don't say no until you know what you're saying no to. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So for someone that has a partner that doesn't understand, I would say get your questions answered. Because if you understood the magnitude of what this business could do, you'd be like, I don't know why you would ever say no to this. Like this has absolutely transformed our life in the past 3 years. And so for someone that doesn't understand, I think a great resource, there's a documentary on YouTube called The Rise of the Entrepreneur. And it's a 1 hour, maybe it's like 50 minutes or 1 hour documentary on what network marketing is. Whenever I have someone come to me that's like, I'm really interested in joining you, but like my husband or my wife isn't really supportive, I'm like, why don't you watch this together? And I think it's going to really help like open up their mind. So I think that's great. I think too, like, I mean, this is like sidebar relationship advice, but like if something's important to you, like that should be important to your partner. So it would be kind of like breaking down those walls and those barriers and being like, hey, I want you to hear me out. Like, let's talk through, this is what I see that this could do for me, but I'm going to be held back if I don't have your support. So I want to get to a place where you understand why this is important, why I'm excited about this. And if you have questions, like, let's get them answered.
Yes, I love that. I have a few things too that I'm thinking about. Sometimes different with the spouse, hopefully, but everyone really wants to know what's in it for me, what's in it for them. So casting a vision for your life, for your family, for you guys together, like sitting your spouse down or your partner down and like, hey, this is why I'm doing it. Get super clear on why you're doing it. And they should be a part of that so we can live a life, of more freedom, so we can have more options and flexibility, so we can go on vacation or so we can say yes to things whenever we want. Like, and it might start out and then setting expectations too, like it's going to take energy and effort and consistency early on, and there won't be a lot to show from it necessarily right away. It's building a business, but in the long run and staying consistent with this and having your support and then like being a cheerleader for them. Like I thrive when I know you're in my corner. And when I feel your support, I'm the best version of me. And when I'm the best version of me, I have the best opportunity to build this business into what it can be, and really like having that open conversation. And I would also say, if you have in-person events or amazing virtual events or whatever it is that really stokes your flame, just be like, will you just come to me with it? You don't have to do this or be involved, but like, just so you understand kind of why I'm so excited about it, and get them there, get them around the community and like highlight the vision and the growth and the potential of it.
2 questions that I have for you guys that I think are super important. So the first would be, how did you guys do it? So top 1% within 3 years, what do you think were the keys to that success? Because that is like mind blowing that you guys were able to accomplish that.
If you're listening to this podcast, you're probably looking for ways to grow a successful health and fitness coaching biz. Did you know that every successful Beachbody coach you've heard of has a plan they're following for posting on social media? Most of us don't have time or mental energy to devote to coming up with valuable, engaging, and entertaining content for our social media every single day. You need a strategy, and that's where my team comes in. Professional copywriters spending hours putting together a whole month's worth of posting templates intended for you to tweak and customize. These posts are designed to allow you to attract your ideal customers by adding real value to their daily lives and letting them get to know you. Picture having your monthly social media plan all laid out for you. I even have a free quiz that you can take that will help you determine which monthly posting plan is right for you. Go to ashleyshaw.ca/whichdfy. Having a roadmap to guide you through each month saves hours of effort and guesswork. We've even made choosing a done-for-you plan simple. Again, that link is ashleyshaw.ca/whichdfy.
Thank you. I will say the biggest thing is believing that it's possible. When I started my business, guys, I honestly I loved that Sandy. She's a sweet girl, but her confidence was this big. Like, it was teensy. And I didn't believe that I was capable of building this. Like, I remember telling my mentor on a very first coaching call we ever had, she said, how much money do you want to make per month with your network marketing business? And I was like $200 a month. And she was like, Sandy, I thought you hated your job. I'm like, oh my God, I hate my job. And she was like, okay, I want you to believe that this works. She's like, do you trust me? And I'm like, yeah, of course I trust you. And she's like, okay, I need you to trust, like, I know what I'm doing. If you follow my coaching, you can build this however big you want. So how much money would you need to make per month to walk away from your job? And I was like, if I could make like $8,000 a month, I would walk away from my job. And she's like, we could do that. Okay, so let's pick a date you want to do that by, and then let's chunk it down. What do you need to do monthly? What do you need to do daily? What do you need to do weekly? And let's come up with an action plan. And I was like, wait, you think I can do this? And so like in this 1 hour call, I went from feeling like if I could make $200 a month, which I'm not crapping on that. $200 a month is great. That can change a lot of people's lives. But I went from that small vision to being like, wait, ultimately my income is going to be tied to the impact that I make. I can make a big impact. I can help a lot of people. So the more people I help, the more money that I'll make in return. And like Rita Davenport always says, it's not all about money, but money's right up there with oxygen and we need it to survive. So I think it's getting to a mindset space where you believe that you are worthy and that you are capable and that you are no different than Sandy Critides, because I am the ordinary girl that decided to go for it. So I think it's truly working harder on yourself than anything else. It's diving into personal growth. I could even send you after like a list of books that helped me when I first started my business. And yeah, I think it's really just coming up with daily non-negotiables, a system for success, and treating this like a business. Because I think a big mistake I see people making is they treat it like a hobby. They'll post it on their stories here or there, or like when it feels right. And then they're like, oh, the money isn't rolling in. Like, this isn't a post on Instagram business. Like, this is a network marketing business. If you treat it like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business.
Yeah, I think to add to what Sandy said, to piggyback on, it's really, we did a podcast episode actually on this recently, and it's, we know that building to the top 1% and building a math, it's really about impacting a lot of people. We can only impact so many people by ourselves. So it's crucial to build a team of like-minded people, or people that also want to make an impact, because you're going to leverage your impact so much. Success in network marketing is helping a lot of other people be successful with your products, your service, your offering, your business. And how to leverage your impact is leveraging your business, is adding really teammates, is building a team, it's building your dream team. It really comes down to joining network marketing as the first step. It's a great step. It's starting a business. Becoming a leader in network marketing is the answer. That is everything. Like Sandy said, become a leader worth following. And John Maxwell always said, leaders, they know the way. You have the mentor, the upline, you know what you have to do. They then go the way by themselves. You get out of your comfort zone, you blaze the trail, and then they show the way. You help other people do that. So if you want to get to the top 1%, go surround yourself with those people. Go see, what are they doing? And we don't attract what we want. I want a team. I want that. I want successful people on my team. We attract what we're being. How do I vibrate at that frequency of a top 1%? Shoot, let me surround myself with them. What are they doing? Let me emulate that. Let me duplicate that. So if some guest walks into one of our meetings, they think, whoa, that person, me, they must be in the, one of the leaders here, one of the top 1%. So you have to start being that. What I'll also say, a tool that we use, having a vision is everything. Leaders are nothing without vision. So having that compelling vision and that conviction and belief that this is happening no matter what. And I'm willing to wake up every day and work towards it. So casting that vision for yourself, for your family, but for your team too, for your prospects, for everyone is everything. And then moving towards that, and visualization has been a huge part. Olympic athletes use it. Michael Jordan's, Kobe Bryant's of the world, they visualize hitting that game-winning shot thousands of times before they actually hit it. And then they're in the gym practicing it 1,000 times before it's actually game time for that one moment. Olympic athletes, everyone uses it. And so Sandy and I have used visualization and affirmations. Like, how do you speak to yourself? What is the story you're telling yourself? And we had an affirmation in going and reaching for the top level of the company. We had an affirmation that we did 5 times in a row, 5 times a day. And it's kind of specific to our company. But what do you think? Do you think we should do it live on the podcast?
Want to?
Let's do it. We'll just change this part to, we are in the top 1% of our company.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
I do want to say, it's easy to look from the outside and think like, wow, that's so impressive. Like I could never do that. But I think there's 500 other fellow people at the top 1% of our company at that top rank. So it's not like, oh, Sandy and Wade are these like special unicorns, the only ones that exist. It's for the people that are willing to do it. And what I think is like, there's no certain type at the top of the company. Like there's so many different types of people. It's more so just what I've learned about this business. It's like, most people aren't willing to do what it takes in any arena, right? Like people will get a gym membership and on January 1st be like, New Year's resolutions, like I'm going to lose all this weight. I'm going to be at the gym every day, blah, blah, blah. Like a month later, like they haven't been in the gym, or they declare that they're going to like do these diets or like whatever it might be. And people fall off. That's just human nature. So it's not that network marketing doesn't work and like, oh my God, only 1% of people make it to the top. It's we're willing to do what 99% of people will give up on, like they would in any area of life. So it's like, if you're a doer, if you're like, oh, I love a challenge, I'm not afraid to work hard, like network marketing can work for you, So with that said, should we do this affirmation?
Yeah. And as we recite this, imagine like you standing power stance in a mirror, reciting this to yourself, like looking into your eyes. Or if you do it as a partnership, like we did it together, we would literally like stand and do it together, or sit crisscross applesauce on the living room floor and look into each other's eyes and do it. So that's the power behind it. Like the feeling behind it, feeling like this is true for you. And at first it feels weird. Like I'm staring at myself in a mirror, affirming myself, but it starts to ingrain in your subconscious and everything. And you start to like, be like, you know what? I am that person. And you act as if.
Okay. So this is it. I am so happy and grateful for my amazing life,
for my incredible marriage,
for my unstoppable confidence,
and for the abundance in my life.
We are business building and enrolling magnets.
People are eagerly seeking the life-changing opportunity we have to offer.
These people are excited to work with us and building their businesses fast, stable, and strong the same way we have.
We are trifecta bonus earners.
We are a nation.
We attract the right people, resources, and opportunities. And we are top 1% leaders in our company.
Woo! So we would say that 5 times in a row, 5 times a day for months and months and months. I think it was 9 months straight of us hardcore pushing, going for the goal. And we kept missing it and we kept missing it, but we weren't ready yet. And you have to like become the person first. That's our nuggets on
That's it. So affirmations and visualization have been huge for us. Like casting a vision for a life, putting it in a vision board or whatever that looks like, and keeping it in front of you and immersing in it, looking at it every day, feeling the feelings, saying the affirmations, speaking life over ourselves, what we want, who we want to be. Because what you realize is when I start being that person, what I want, I'll start doing the things that that person does, and I'll start having the things that that person has. And so that's really everything. You got to be it first.
Wow. Thank you guys for sharing that. I'll make sure we're including that in our show notes as well for anybody that wants to take that and, either use that or tweak it to be their own. I remember so clearly, I joined a mastermind and it was more money than I'd ever thought about spending on myself. And my husband was like, yep, no problem. Whatever you want to spend, go and do it. And we had this moment in the mastermind. His name was Rick Mulready. He was leading this mastermind I was in. And he was asking, what would it feel like if you were a 7-figure business owner? Or what would it feel like if you were at that next level in your business? And I remember so clearly when he asked that question, it was like, I already feel like I'm there. Like, even though I wasn't, it was like I already could feel all the emotions of what it was like to already be there. And it wasn't until months later that I just realized how much of that visualization and all the experiences and that level of consciousness that you have when you can place yourself in that position, how much of success that attracts. Like you're not chasing it. You're able to see what that feels like and what that abundance already feels like. There's no wasted time on, am I going to get there? Am I not? There's no gray zone. It's like you're living in that consciousness and it just like the universe attracts it back to you. It's just a crazy, crazy thing that happens. And I'm so glad that you guys brought that up, talking about the affirmation and the visualization.
So good. Yeah. Acting as if has been a huge thing. Like for anyone listening right now, like ask yourself, like, how does the 7-figure earner of me show up? Like, how does he dress? Who does he hang out with? How does he talk? How does he carry himself? What's his posture like? What kind of car does he drive? How does he answer the phone? What does his morning look like? Like, does he have a morning routine? Does he read? When you think of that version of you, it's like, you're not going to bridge that gap between where you are and where you want to be until you start acting as if. And it can feel like not real, like, oh, fake it till you make it. And I know a lot of people don't like that saying. It's kind of what it is. You have to start showing up like that first, and then the title or the paycheck or whatever it is that you're desiring, that partner, whatever, will find its way to you.
It is interesting that there are some people that are turned off by that saying, but I think that like being in that dreamland, like it was 2 days ago, we went and drove a bunch of Porsches, and just like it, like being there in that moment and dreaming is what is the fuel to stoking that fire, like feeling what it's like. I don't know if you guys have ever driven a Porsche. I had never driven, and not just a regular Porsche, like the GTS series. I am not into cars like at all, but I am now. Like we got into the back of a parking lot there, and my husband was like, okay, you're going to press the speed mode. It's going to count down. And it was like, holy shit. Like,
wow.
I know what is next. And I can feel it. I can feel the keys. I can, and I think that letting yourself go there, like, browsing that dream house, looking at the next car that you want, like get there, because those are the emotions that are going to attract where you want to go next. So I'm so glad you guys talked about that. Hey, Beachbody Coach, if you're pumped and ready to take full advantage of new opportunities, you know the vital importance of having a launch strategy. Passion is important, but being prepared and creating a successful strategy can take hours of hard work. Beachbody's new live classes are going to be a game changer for your business, and we were ready. Our team did all the social media strategy work for you and created an entire month of post templates expertly designed to take full advantage of this exciting change. Don't let this opportunity for growth pass you by because you guessed and stressed and flew by the seat of your pants. The work has already been done for you by expert copywriters. All you have to do is follow the step-by-step instructions that show you how to tweak each post to be true to you. Head over to ashleyshaw.ca/rockyourbody. Download and follow the easy instructions that show you how to tweak each post to be true to you. Then you're done. That's ashleyshaw.ca/rockyourbody. To round it off here, I want to talk a little bit more about how to plan out your day-to-day life, because we all know that it's like a summary of your habits. Like it essentially boils down to, what you still have to take action. What do you need to do on a daily basis? And I would love for you guys to share more about what the daily habits look like, but also some of the tools that you guys have created specifically for network marketers.
Absolutely. So this is one of my favorite things. Obviously, our story isn't typical. We did have a fairly fast journey, and I give so much of that credit to, my upline and people giving me guidance. But also I have to give myself the credit for actually doing the work, because a lot of people, there's a big difference between thinking about building your business and doing the work, right? We can think about our business all day long. It's so fun to think about. We get all these ideas, but actually doing it is so different. In our specific company, we have 4 levels of management, and 3 months in, so about 90 days into starting my business, I had promoted through the first 3 ranks, which other people had done before. It wasn't the only person to ever do this, but when that happens, you get flooded with hundreds and hundreds of messages of people being like, "How did you do this?" And I was like, I followed the system. I followed the directions. This works if you work it, And so I was always responding to everyone "Oh, okay, let me voice some of them back," or this or that, people in all different companies wanting to just help them. And I realized this is something that we could help a lot of people with, is coming up with a system. And so Wade, myself, and our good friend, Haley Duncan, we partnered together and we started a company. It actually started on a napkin on a Southwest airplane.
Yes.
We were mapping out what we wanted to create, but we started a brand called 90 Day Habit. The first product that we launched was a journal. It's called the 90-Day Cycle to New Habits Journal. And what it is, it's a network marketer's guide to create strong business habits through 60 minutes of daily focus. So it chunks down what to do every single day for your business. So the beginning of the journal is basically breaking down a few things, what is your why? Really peeling back the layers of the onion. Why are you building this business? Then there's a vision casting section of let's get clarity on if there were no limits of what you could achieve, do, be, have, ways you could give back, because there are no limits. What would you do? And so it's getting you dreaming. It's having you writing those things down. Then there's a section for a master list, 100-person list. Let's get the names out of your head and onto paper. Who are people that you want to network with, that you want to reach out to? Let them know that you've started your business, or reach out to them about your products or service or whatever it is that you have to offer. And then there's a monthly overview action plan. And then we get into the nooks and crannies, and there's 90 pages, because we know our business works in 90-day cycles. They work in seasons. The seeds that you plant today will not harvest tomorrow. They take time. You have to water it. You have to love on it. You got to be consistent. It takes an average of 5 to 12 exposures before someone will ever join you or buy a product. So then there's 90 consistent pages for you to track every single day. What are you doing for your business? And it's 60 minutes of daily focus. And we did that intentionally with the mindset of most people that start this business work a full-time job. Maybe they work multiple jobs. Maybe they're busy parents. Maybe they're full-time students. They don't have time to give this the energy of a full-time job, right? But they want to start it. So we tried to chunk it down, or we did chunk it down into a version of, if you carve out 60 minutes a day, you can build something very strong and stable. So the daily pages are broken into 3 20-minute sections. There's 20 minutes of mindset work. And we intentionally have that as the first section, because this business lives in your brain. This business lives in your head, and your mindset is the most important thing. So there's checkoffs, have you written in your gratitude? There's a gratitude section. What are you grateful for? Have you said your affirmations? Have you made your bed? Because let's be real. If you haven't made your bed today, are we going to accomplish much else? Let's make our bed. Have you read today? Have you done a little bit of movement or exercise? It's just these checkoffs of okay, let me get my brain right. Let me get in a good headspace. And once you do those things and you've set a strong, stable foundation, now let's get into the business building things. Then there's a 20-minute section of relationship building. This could be reaching out to people in person. It could be picking up the phone. It could be having a one-on-one coffee date with someone. It could be reaching out to someone on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, whatever it is. And then there's a 20-minute follow-up section. Who did you reach out to yesterday or last week or last month that you need to follow up with? And we're big believers that what you track grows. So if you are not tracking it, it will not grow. I would say that is our system for success. We basically put onto paper what I did to build this. We launched it last June, this company. And since, there has been tens and thousands of people that have adopted the system. And it's our greatest passion to help people really simplify this, because it's not hard. Doing network marketing, it's not easy, but it's simple. You just have to know what to do.
Mm-hmm. And the key, I think, is it's a duplicatable tool. duplication is everything in this business, and it helps you be consistent because we don't get, what we want in life, our wants. We get our musts. Like, what are my daily standards? Our life changes when our daily standards change. So we've been able to duplicate this tool within our team, within other teams, uplines, downlines, everything. And it's like this whole movement and team of let's be accountable to each other for the next 90 days using this tool. And it's just, we've seen such explosion in business. It's been so amazing. And then we just launched a 90-day planner to kind of help people map out their next 90 days in their business, weekly, daily, monthly, quarterly. And it's just been incredible to build. And I will say, much harder to build. It makes it so beautiful, the network marketing business model, because it's so turnkey. You just start day one, you just go. It's so much different to build your own business from the ground up. So a blessing. We realize the blessing that network marketing is.
Seriously. So if anyone listening wants to check that out, we have an Instagram page. It's called 90dayhabits.co. And if you want to get your own copy of the bundle, we have a website called 90dayhabits.co.
And we'll put a discount code out there. We'll do Ashley 15 for 15% off. It's it's an incredible tool.
I think we should even figure out a giveaway. I think it'd be fun. Let's give a bundle away of the journal and planner to 5 listeners.
We'll figure out some giveaway with Ashley.
Maybe they screenshot this recording right now and tag us and we'll pick
figure
5 winners.
Yeah, perfect. So what's your guys' Instagram that they should tag you in? I'll get them to tag both of us. Take a screenshot or a photo of them listening to this episode, and that's how you can enter to win one of the 5 bundles. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah, that's perfect. I would say tag at 90dayhabits.co is our journal Instagram page. And then we'd love to follow you guys as well. So our personal handles are Sandy's is at Sandy Claus 7, like Santa Claus, but Sandy Claus 7. And mine is at Wellness with Wade, because we just love connecting with people.
I love it. Well, thank you guys so much. I can't thank you guys enough for sharing all the golden nuggets, all the tidbits, and spending this time with us here today. So I can't wait to have you guys back on the show. I'm already thinking about what's next. I want to talk team building. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for your time today.
Thank you so much for having us. This has been a lot of fun.
We appreciate all you guys.
Thanks for taking the time to level up today. If you're ready to commit to personal and professional growth, move forward, make money, and grow your health and fitness business, head to my free community on Facebook, Business Bootcamp for Fitness Coaches, so I can support you every step along the way. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you right back here next week on Social Selling Simplified.